So for this morning, in goes the onions, into butter and a teaspoon of vegetable oil mixture. Vegetable oil so that the butter doesn't burn. So sauteing the onion, just making very simple scrambled eggs that anybody can make. Anybody. It is not cooking, does not have to be excessively fanciful. If you want fancy food, go to a restaurant. If you want fanciful cooking, go to a food blog. I'm not a food blog, I'm just trying to do an intermittent fast. So, and I will cook in a way that I can eat, not in a way that you can eat. So try to spice it up the way you want, not because you saw. Yeah, it's good to follow recipes, but then sometimes some of those recipes may not be. So I usually add rosemary, a little sprig of it, not too much, so it doesn't become a problem for me. So while that is frying up, I'll check on the potatoes. They're still boiling. You can hear them boiling. So today I'm having scrambled eggs with boiled potatoes this morning. So that should be really helpful to start the day. And that meal is going to be by 12 noon, giving me effectively a 14-hour fast. My last meal was by 10 p.m. because I came back very late yesterday, giving me effectively a 14-hour fast. I feel lighter, I must tell you. I feel so light. I must admit, I feel very light and healthy. Maybe it's a little bit precocious to feel healthy yet. I feel very light. I'm not particularly a fan of crunchy onions. I just like the flavor. So maybe I will make onions oil to use for certain things. That's why. So you may choose to cook your onions a lot shorter. I don't. I have to cook it until it is dead. In goes my bell peppers sliced roughly. I don't have any fresh tomatoes right now. I would have loved to add it, but most times I don't particularly like to add it to the eggs because it could make it a bit runny, make it a bit weird tasting. So I will add my stock cubes now and cook it. So like I said, I need to be more intentional this coming week with my intermittent fasts. More intentional. Because when I'm more intentional about it, there's less of a chance of breaking the fast and also less of a chance of eating garbage. Because even if you do intermittent fasting and then during that period, your eating window, you are eating high calorie rubbish food, you find out that you have not done, you have just starved yourself for nothing. So I have added the stock cubes now. Let's cook it until it softens. So that's what I found out. And the benefits always will outweigh whatever problems you have starting up. So if you feel that you're stuck and you would like to try out this thing, start with a 12-hour fast. Say you usually eat till 10. Try to eat till, I don't know, stop at 10 and your first meal should be by 10. If you feel that you're going to be hungry in the morning, do a black coffee. Add a small few grains of salt to it if you can't stand the bitterness. Obviously, I will not tell you a lie here. It's not going to be the most fantastic experience the very first time you try it. Definitely not going to be. So I need to make this hot. So let's add pepper. Pepper. These are pepper flakes straight from Mama Africa. Very hot. And the way I like to do my own eggs, like I say, do what makes you happy. I add a bit of palm oil to it, egg sauce. Not all eggs, just the egg sauce. I add a bit of palm oil for the flavor. I know some people are going to say, oh, so much oil, so much oil. But this is one meal, don't forget. And possibly I will have a very light meal in the evening, and that is it. This is weekend. Since I'm not going to be spending so much energy, I don't plan to eat too much. If you can smell the aroma coming from this right now, you understand. So what I find out about this intermittent fast is that it makes you feel better, but you don't necessarily need to starve or deprive yourself. Now, with intermittent fast, you can build up with other things. The dieting methods, like low carb, high fat. If you're doing low carb, high fat and you're stuck and you're unable to progress with weight loss, you can try to add intermittent fasting to your low carb, high fat. That means when you're breaking your fast, you're eating your normal low carb, high fat meals. It's just that when you are not eating those meals, you are fasting. That usually helps to get you out of that plateau. So a little bit of salt has been added to the eggs. Like I said, everything is to your taste. Add little drops of it. I'm adding. So these are 3 eggs. Obviously, since I'm not particularly a fan of eggs, I'm not going to be able to finish all of this in one day or in one sitting. So I may have this in the morning, well, as a brunch, and then I may have what is left later. There's a lot of potatoes in the pot. Obviously, I'm not going to eat all of it now. So like I was saying, I am not counting calories. Maybe with time, since I'm just starting out, maybe with time, I will count calories. But the greatest benefit, I can feel it in myself, you know, that I'm really gaining from this. So let me go another 1 week and see how it goes. My major fear starting out was that I will not have the energy to complete my task in the morning, knowing the kind of job I do. I felt I would faint at the operation table. On the contrary, I didn't faint. I was having a lot more mental clarity than I was having when I was eating all the time. A lot more mental clarity. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked because I felt I was going to collapse. I would run and break the fast. That was the very first day I had to carry some food with me. I said, if anything just does pim, I will eat this food immediately.